4 questions, 4 responses from the hungriest people on the planet. This is 4 Golden Nuggets, the show where we get real nuggets of motivation and advice from highly motivated people. Today we got Maulik Da Ve on the show to talk about the power of networking and how fatherhood motivates him to do his best and what he loves the most about being a real estate agent. Let's get into it.
I gotta grind, won't stop, hustle, won't quit, shine like no other, I be on some other shit. I got a high price lifestyle, super bad, if I want it, bet I got it, if I don't bet, all I gotta do is go, get, stay about my business, ball till I fall.
Maulik Da Ve, I want to welcome Maulik Da Ve on the show. Maulik is one of the top agents here, killing it on the John Newman team. I see him in here every day working hard. He does a lot of networking, self-development. He's a great guy, great all-around guy. Maulik, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have Maulik on the show. The number one rule that we have here for Golden Nuggets is don't be afraid to keep it real and say what's really on your mind. Be honest, man.
Good.
So let's get right into the questions. So the first question is, what do you love the most about being a real estate agent?
It's a good question. Honestly, it's helping people.
Yeah.
So I'll put it this way. The last transaction I did, it was a lady. She'd been working all her life, raised 4 kids, renting,
Wow.
taking care of all the bills. The kids were finally in a situation where they'd moved on. And she never had her own place.
Yeah.
We got her back in October, November timeframe. I met with her then, worked with her credit, worked with her situation, and finally just earlier this month actually, finally settled on a house, the first house that anybody in her family's ever bought.
Yeah.
And I would say basically the tears of joy, and you can probably go to my Facebook page. She's actually
Right.
with the one lady with holding the key up.
Yeah.
The tears of joy and just the amount of appreciation
Yeah.
that you get is worth way more than anything you can actually get financially or anything else. So those are the moments.
Yeah.
And they're very small. There's only a few moments that come by, but those
Yeah.
are the moments that are, just worth everything in this business.
And there's a lot of work that leads up to that.
Oh, yeah.
But when you finally do get that life-changing moment where you get to provide that service of home ownership, man, it's all worth it.
Put it this way, she actually she looked at a bunch of different houses. She made offers on 4 different properties, lost to multiple offers on 2 of them. Third one was where the inspection, the whole thing fell apart because we found out there was issues with the property. Fourth one, finally, she gets it. She goes into it. Now, I was working with her on the financing part of it too, and her loan, there were some issues with that. And so, one thing led to another, and it was going to be a situation where she had done all this work, 9 months worth of work,
9 months.
just to buy a house, and it was all going to fall apart over 2 days. And it was like the most heartbreaking thing I could ever hear. But anyway, we got it through. We worked with everybody, made sure everybody was on point, and she finally settled.
There's ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it, bro.
Yeah,
I 100% agree with you.
That's the kind of stuff that I actually, really enjoy about this.
Yeah,
business.
we get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We get to make an income and do an awesome thing while doing it, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, at the end of the day, my thing is, I want to leave the person better off than before they met me.
Yeah, than
so
when they met you.
whenever I meet with you, at the end of the day, you're gonna get so much knowledge, and you're gonna feel like, wow, that was a great meeting, and then you're left better off than you were before you met me.
Yeah.
So that's always been the case.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than being able to do that at a great environment like Keller Williams.
Yeah, that's the thing I love about this company.
That's my next nugget. What do you love about KW?
Oh, yeah. Let me get back into it. The thing I love about... So I used to work at another company before this one. I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about this company is everybody shares. And, you can go to anybody and just ask them, hey, how are you doing this? And they'll tell you exactly how they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not only that, they'll help you out, too. They'll put you in touch with the right people and make sure that, you're successful.
Yeah.
The whole thing is about growing as a team, growing as everybody else grows, and it's all about it just comes from an abundance mindset.
Yeah.
Not of a mindset of lack where
Right.
I don't want you to be better
Right.
than me.
Right.
Because now you're gonna be my competition. Which is what I feel like some of the other some of the other real estate companies are like that.
Competition, yeah.
Whereas over here, it's just about growth and about helping people and thinking bigger than being bigger than what you thought you could be.
Yeah.
So
I love what you said there about the abundance mindset versus the poverty mindset.
yeah,
It is really like a spirit of giving and positivity, growth.
Yeah, it permeates through you, and
Yeah.
then you basically try to pass it on to everybody else you meet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I get what I'm talking about, where every new agent or anybody comes and asks me how to write a contract or hey, how do I do this?
Yeah.
It's always all right, no problem. We'll take care of it, show you how to do it. Not only that, if anything else comes up, just let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And having that support can be the difference between success and failure.
Oh yeah, the average real estate agent's only in the business for 9 months.
Absolutely.
That's how bad it is because
Absolutely.
they don't have the support, they don't have
Right.
the
teamwork,
infrastructure, the teamwork. None of that stuff is around, and so they churn.
Yeah.
They realize they can't make it, and then they leave the business and go get a W-2 job or try something else.
Right.
Whereas over here, we have a culture where you come in here, you're doing the work, and then you're gonna, people are gonna help you get the
And
results.
train
you're
you
looking
and
for.
support you.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of networking here. So next nugget is,
Yeah.
why is networking important? Why is it valuable? You and I actually met at a networking event.
That's true.
Network Under 40. It was
Right,
like our
that's
first
true.
time really connecting.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's funny you say that because look at where that's leading to. Every
Yeah.
single person you meet.
Yeah,
Just,
most of my interviews have been people I met at that networking event.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Okay.
Like Joe, Ashley, I got Nick this week.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly the reason why. I mean, it just those connections develop into relationships. They become friendships, and over time, we all just
Partnerships,
prosper together. So I think that's why it's very important. I mean, your network is your net worth. We always preach that
Absolutely.
over here,
Right.
and I 100% believe that. Yeah.
I agree with you, man. The human mind just naturally, it becomes whatever you surround yourself with, whether that's
Yeah.
like
Oh my
family
God.
or friends or people at work. You naturally just become whatever you're surrounded with.
I think you hit it right on the head. It's about birds of a feather stick together.
Yeah.
The people that you're working with, those are the people that they're all striving for the same goal. And it's like when you're marching on the same, you're all walking towards the same
Mhm.
beat and marching on the same towards the same particular goal.
Yeah.
It's hard when you do it by yourself,
Absolutely.
but it's much easier or it's much more fun. I would
Yeah.
say fun, really.
Yeah.
When you're hanging out with the same people and you're doing the same stuff together, you guys all resonate on the same level, and it just makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're hanging around with people that are negative, you're naturally going to get dragged down. Positive
God.
people are naturally, you're just going to
Oh
get
my
dragged
God.
up towards success.
I make it a point to avoid negative people.
Yeah. Me,
So
me
if,
too, bro.
if there's somebody that I'm not answering, it's because I don't think you're positive.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's just about surrounding yourself with the positive people and doing all the things that they already preach to you, they already teach you, and there's no limit to what you can do. Prior to this, I used to have a W-2 job, and there's always an income limit. There's always a
Right.
a limit to how many days off you can
Yeah.
get,
Yep.
or how much what you want to do with your life. There's always, hey, you have to be here, do this. This is your check, and at the end of the year, you had a performance evaluation where
Mhm.
somebody told you how good or bad you were. Now, don't get me wrong, I was always a good guy. I was really good on what I was doing, but at the end of the day, there was a set ceiling to what you can achieve.
Right.
There's agents out here that are just doing amazing financially, but not just
Right.
that, with all the other aspects of their life, spirituality,
right.
family,
Mhm.
relationships,
Friendships.
friendships,
Yep.
everything, And I think that's what's lacking out there when, in the W-2 world, that's one of the things
Right.
that's kind of lacking because you live in a life and compartmentalized. You go to work, then you come home, and then you have your family
Right.
life and
Right.
everything else. And then you have your spirituality
Yeah.
and all that.
Here it's God,
Here.
family, business.
Here, everything is all
Right.
one.
It's all part of one thing.
It's all part of one thing. You touch on every single thing every single day, and you grow, and I love that about it.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't feel like work anymore. It doesn't, you don't have to drag yourself out of bed. You
Yeah.
just kind of jump out of bed. I'm like, all right, what am I going to do today?
Absolutely.
So,
That's
yeah.
perfect segue, man. About having not to drag yourself out of bed.
Yeah.
And one thing that does that is family. So how does having a family and being a father and fatherhood motivate you every single day to jump out of bed, do your best, and do what you do, man?
That's a good question. What I want to do is leave a legacy.
Yeah.
So what I want my son to see what I'm doing and seeing how that changes, how I change the world as you go.
Right.
If you look at my Facebook or everything else, it's all about just, again, leaving the person that you met better off than they were before they met you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's the kind of legacy, if you pay it forward every single day and your kids see you, your family sees you, they continue to do that too, and it perpetuates itself. Not only that, with real estate, there's just so many different ways you're able to benefit financially. I want my son to learn that. Instead of just going to get a job and expecting a paycheck, I want him to just kind of see that, hey, there's so many other opportunities out there. And when you're stuck in that mindset, it's hard to see it. But once you open your mind, it's almost like, you free your mind a little bit.
Right.
All these opportunities come up, and you just now are like, wow, this is really what all those, I don't know if you've seen the thing called The Secret.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All those, all those things they talk about it, and it doesn't resonate with you because you're like, well, what is he talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you actually free your mind and you see the entire spectrum,
right,
it's amazing. It's a limitless possibility.
Right.
There's no lack.
Right.
It's just everything is there. So yeah.
Right. That's that abundance mindset again.
Yeah. And it's just there's no limit to what you can do. There's no everybody's also helping you along the way. And at the end of the day, you're pulling the next guy next to you forward too. So you're just paying it forward, both on each side.
Absolutely,
so, yeah,
man. So leaving a legacy and showing your family that opportunity for growth is it's limitless. What we can accomplish is really limitless, and what we can give back is limitless.
Right, because there's actually a really good Nelson Mandela said it. You playing small does not benefit the world.
Yes.
And I don't know how to exactly say, but he says it really well.
Right.
And I didn't understand that back then when I actually heard it. I was like, what is he talking about?
I know exactly what quote you're talking about.
But now you understand. You playing small does not benefit the world.
Right.
You're
powerful beyond measure.
And you realize that after going through the transformation.
Yeah.
That,
our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is
right. That's exactly right.
We're powerful beyond measure.
Right. That's it. That's it right there.
Yeah.
And it's so.
There's so much truth in that.
And I didn't know that. It's amazing because I remember watching. I watched a movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
Right.
It was Coach
Carter.
Yeah.
Right. That's where the quote.
And, dude, he talks about it, and I was like, what is he talking about? This was back in like 2008, I think. Around
it was a while ago.
That movie came out.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he talking about? It didn't make any sense. But I think
when you go out and do it, you see it happen. And
I wasn't ready for what he was saying. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Now it's at a time where you're like, wow, you know what? I understand what he's talking about.
And it resonates.
And then it just elevates you even more.
Yeah. There's so much truth in the way you answered that final nugget, man.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
This has been one of my best episodes yet, man. Keep doing what you do. Keep hustling and grinding, man.
Thanks, man. Done.